Okay, so the best thing for me to do here, I'd actually draw that so I actually know what's going on. So I've got a semicircle, and its perimeter, so this distance here, then the curvy bit, we take you back to the start, that's 16. So what is this straight line distance called? Diameter. What's this curvy bit called? Circumference. So C equals pi d, except it's divided by 2 because it's a semicircle, it's half a circle. You could have used 2 pi r there, divided by 2, and 2 pi r divided by 2 is just pi r. Okay?
We did 180 degrees over 360 pi d.
Fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, so what Luke has done is he said that angle to the straight line is 180. 180 at 360 is a half, finding halves in the sims divided by 2. Fine. Okay, quite clever in terms of looking at things as sectors and segments anyway, because I was going to try and do a bit of that with us on Monday. Okay, so perimeter is going to be d plus pi d over 2 equals 16. Agrees? So now I just want to try and get d on its own. For me, the thing I don't like about it is this over 2 bit. So I'm going to times everything by 2 to get rid of that one. So that'll become 2d plus pi d equals 32. Happy days? Yeah. How am I going to get d on its own here? It's quite a clever way of doing it. Factorise, well done. Taking out a common factor of d, we get 2 plus pi. It's 32. And then take that over to the other side. We get 32 over 2 plus pi. So I'm going to find the diameter is equal to.
Yeah, it's 32 and 2 cancel out. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
I've got it as that, 6.223, blah, blah, blah. So to 1 decimal place, 6.2. If I had time, if I was like in the exam, and I had loads of time at the end, I'd actually go and sub that into that and see if it made sense. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So if I actually did pi d, so pi times 6.2 to 1 dp, it comes out with that answer. If I divide that by 2, I get like 9.7, and then if I add 6, yeah, I'm getting pretty close to 16 there, aren't I? So that's giving me a bit of a confidence boost, thinking, yeah, that looks good. But only if I've got time. Ah, okay. Well spotted. Should I have rounded that answer then? No. Well done. Don't round. So I need to go back through my solution. So hopefully, if I use the replay button, because I've not pressed on, no, it's gone. Okay, so 32 divided by 2 plus pi is that. So that's the diameter. So the radius would be half of that. So radius r would be equal to 3.111. Do I round that one?
No.
Good. So the area would be pi r squared divided by 2 because semicircle. So it's going to be pi times answer squared.
Is it going to be like half the answer? Because that's the reason.
Yeah.
That's why it's put over 2.
Oh, right.
Answer squared. And then I'm going to divide that by 2. So 15.211. 15.2 centimetres squared to 1 dp. Didn't beat me to that.
Wow.
Look at the boys.
So, wow, no.
What do you have?
We didn't bother to get like finishing it.
Didn't
we
bother,
got
of
the
course.
formula, we did.
Don't do that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Do bother to finish it on Tuesday. Okay? No, I've got a bit of a rubbish section here, sorry. Yeah. Chuckle Brother right over there. That's not the Chuckle Brothers weren't famous for dropping things, were they? They seemed to me to you, weren't they? Oh, cheeky bit of probability. Hello. We're liking that. 15. Last but one question doesn't look drastically horrific. There must have been some big markers in here. Is there? Oh. Kerry plays in a hockey team. The hockey team's training sessions are run by one of 2 different coaches, Meg or Lottie. Meg is the coach 70% of the training sessions. Kerry likes to play as a goalkeeper. If Meg coaches the team, so Meg isn't like it, she's only got a 40% chance. Do you know how I changed that 0.4 to 40? Did we get that? Just times it by 100. In fact, actually, I'm going to change the 70% into decimal. I prefer to see it as a decimal. 0.7. Yeah? So we want to do a tree diagram here of the two different coaches it could be, so Meg or Lottie, so M or L. And from here, she likes to be a goalkeeper, doesn't she? So we'll say G, and I'm going to say not G. Okay, so what's the probability that it's going to be Meg? Meg is 0.7, so Lottie is 0.3. Goalkeeper when it's Meg, 0.4, so not a goalkeeper, 0.6. And then when Lottie coaches, 0.9. So then not a goalkeeper, 0.1. Okay, I'm guessing it's going to say what's the chance that she won't be a goalkeeper, but you are going to read the question, because if you don't, you won't answer what it says. Calculate the probability that that Kerry will not be the goalkeeper at a hockey session in the next training. Oh, so what's the probability that she won't be a goalkeeper? Well, it's going to be either option A or B. Those ones there. Okay, so 0.7.
Wouldn't it be G for Meg as well? Because she could be a goalkeeper instead of Harry?
Say again. Lewis usually comes up pretty good points here. He's caught me out about 5 or 6 times on video already. Thank you for those previous times. I think I'm winning on this one though. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I right?
I'm not sure what's going on. That's all.
Usually Lewis gets me. So 0.42. Remember, use your calculator if you're unsure. 0.3 times 0.1. 0.3. Stick it into calculator. Was it? It was in Choden's. It's a good one. It's funny because it's so wrong as well.
So it's just testing you.
Yeah. 0.42 times 0.03 is 0.45. Okay? Yeah, could do, what's that, 9 over 20?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. Right, so we're looking at the end of the paper, what is everything to into this without even really reading too much into it. I've seen a triangle, it's the end of the paper, I'm thinking
Cosine.
sine or cosine. It can't be SOHCAHTOA because it's near the end of the paper, and the even better reason is it's not a right angle triangle. Okay, so as soon as I saw that I haven't actually read the question yet. I've not done this paper at all actually. I'm trying to keep it fresh when I see it with you. Sine or cosine, let's have a look. Yeah, it's not got a right angle. It isn't SOHCAHTOA, so it is sine or cosine. So find the length of BC. So currently I know 2 lengths and an angle, and I want to find a third length. So at the end of the question, I'll know 3 sides and 1 angle. So which one do I use? Excellent, cosine. So we read it off on the front. A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos capital A. Okay, so label up your triangle. So little a, little b, little c. Unfortunately, no amazing PowerPoint this time round. Obviously, we remember the first one, don't we? Yeah. It's pretty good, I know, yeah. Okay, so a squared.
You know, like
Just going to. No. Say, come in at 7 o'clock every day for modesty lessons. 7.9 squared plus 5.4 squared. Cos 82. Main thing that people do wrong on this, if from like your set, if they get it wrong.
Cry.
No, not after the event. The mathematical thing that they do wrong. They use sine accidentally instead of cos. It wouldn't surprise you if someone does that now. The answer you should get is that. Okay, but if it's not finished yet, it's not been square rooted. Well done. If you haven't got that, you probably accidentally put sine instead of cos. So 7. It should be cos because it's the cosine rule, isn't it? Okay, and then we're going to square root that.
Would you?
Square root ants.
Yeah, 8.5.
I'm just going to 1DP. I've heard 8.93, absolutely fine if you're going to 2DP, it doesn't matter. Unless it says you must do it to 2DP or 1DP in the question. Okay? Find the area of the triangle ABC. So I need to know an angle, and I need two sides that feed into that angle. Luckily for us, it's just a bit from the first bit. Look, these two sides here meet at that angle. So I'm interested in that one, and that angle. Okay? So it's a half AB sine C. That's what the formula booklet will tell me. But the fact I've got sine A, I'm going to rewrite it as a half BC sine A. Okay? So that's going to be a half of 5.4 times 7.9 sine 82. And then that's just a case of going into the calculator. $21.12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So centimeters squared to 1DP. So 5 marks, 5 big marks for us there. Oh, lovely. That is a nice 8 marks, I swear. Honestly, it really is. Right, how do I find the area of rectangles? Base times height, length times width, either or, okay? I'm going to work out the area of this one and just write it in algebra and just leave it there, and the same for that one there. So the area of this one would literally just be 8 times 2x plus 3, which would be 16x plus 24. Agreed? This one here would be 2x times x, which would be 2x squared. The total area of that would be 2x squared plus 16x plus 24. How did I do that?
Added them.
Just added them together. I've just done that, but I put it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. All good? From here now, I know what the total area is. It tells me in the question. Total area is that, so I'm going to change that to 212.5 equals